So then we're going to go to the last league final that happened over the weekend between Galway and Cork in the Camogie, and Galway retained their title 2-13 to a goal and 12. Galway, remarkably, in this game, were without Sarah Dervin, they were without Orla McGrath, they were without Siobhan McGrath, they were without Sarah Healy, and they still won this game. And me and you did pick Cork to win this one. I thought Cork were in too good form, but Carrie Dolan with a goal and 8, leading the way, and a crucial goal halfway through the second half from Sabina Rabbit sets up Galway to go and win.
Yeah, and to be honest, like even the stats tell you all you need to know in this game. Cork, 44% shot accuracy, Galway 68%. That just says you all need to know in Cork. We're just not on it. And I don't know about this Cork team. Like it's a worrying trend, to be honest, Seamus. They have the players. There's no doubt about that. It's not like the hurlers, the footballers of this world that we don't have the players and we're losing deservedly so to Clare and like the likes of that last week. But it's the fact that we have the players to go on and win these national titles, All Ireland, and we have the performances going into games, but we can't seem to find it on that particular day. That's a worrying sign for Cork again today. Like even a few situations in the second half, I thought with Cork, like there was a few chances. Like I think Saoirse McCartan's goal chance. You were thinking with Amy O'Connor in that situation, go for it yourself, go for goal. Yeah. You know what? Just didn't. And you look at the other end, Galway, Sabina Rabbit, she goes straight through and goal back in the net. And that's the difference. Yeah. Like Galway were clinical, Cork just weren't clinical in this game. And Carrie Dolan, what a performance from her. And I think she got she had nine scores today, 11 shots. Incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I have to say. Incredible performance. Sabina Rabbit, Aoife Donoghue, and Edith O'Reilly was in very good form, and she didn't score today. And an interesting stat about Galway, none of their full forward line actually scored a thing.
That's mental. That's absolutely mental.
You know, it's
and they win the game. Like, that's mental when you think about it. You go in and you tell your whole full forward line is not going to score, but you're still going to win. Like, that's one of the weirdest stats of all time. It's like, I don't know what to make of that. Like, that is crazy.
It is, to be honest. I think even people that aren't interested in Camogie will actually, you know, look at that stat and think, what? Seriously?
Yeah. It's like with Kilkenny last year. You're going to score 226, but you're not going to win. Like that type of, like that level, the Limerick Rat in that hurling final. But like a stat that if you just found it out with no context, that Galway's full forward line, we're not going to score in this game, you think it would be a bad day for them, especially considering the form of Cork's forwards going into this game. And the likes of Amy O'Connor, Fiona Keating, like the form that Orla Cahalane as well, who actually got the goal for Cork in this game. I thought Cork were going to win. Is there an issue with Cork? And you were mentioning this. Is there an issue with just getting over the line in finals?
Yeah, there is. And there's no papering over cracks here. Like when you think about it, Cork do have the players. You mentioned Orla Cahalane there. Amy O'Connor is in the scoring form of her life at the moment. In the last 2 seasons. Fiona Keating was excellent, like Libby Coppinger, like the defence. It shows you with Galway's full forward line didn't score. The full back line was doing their job for Cork today. And they still can't manage to get over the line. It's so frustrating. Like, it's not a situation where you're so disappointed with the performances of the hurlers or the footballers. It's just with this situation, you're just frustrated that they just can't win that title. Like, I think Anna Geary mentioned on the Sunday game as well today, Cork haven't won a title since 2013. And that was when Anna Geary was captain.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's going on 11 years now without a league title. That's incredible, really. And it's a bad start for Cork to have, especially when we mentioned on the podcast during the week, it's a 3-horse race between Kilkenny, Galway and Cork. And Cork haven't won a title in 11 years. You know, it's something seriously wrong there. And Galway were without their main players. They're bidding in a lot of players. They even mentioned, I think Ursula and Anna and Anne-Marie from Galway mentioned it on the panel as well. Galway were bidding in players in this season. They were without Sarah Dervin, without the McGraths, and they still managed to win it. You know, and to Cork were with their first team and somehow lose it. And what's that going to say going on down the line in the championship? You know, and I think that'll be a worry for Matthew Toomey that they can't finish off these games, especially against a Galway team. They're probably cut from their best 15, in my opinion.
Oh, without doubt. I mean, they were missing 4 players that would walk into their starting 15. And obviously, Hannah Cooney recently retired as well, was another big loss to that Galway side. It's Galway. Like, you think 2021, when Galway beat Cork, like Katrina Mackin, when she got that goal, I thought, like, that's it. Like, Cork are going to go on and win this game now. And they just somehow let it slip. And for Matthew Toomey, that definitely has to be one of the things he has to nail down. They have to get over the line in a really big game and prove their mental strength, because now not only do they have the triangle to deal with of Kilkenny and Galway as the other top teams, you've got Tipperary on the rise. Like the form that they were showing in the league was very promising. You got Waterford there on the rise. Last season looked like they were making huge progress. You got the likes of Niamh Rocket, Beth Carton, bringing the standards up there. Like, so they have to make sure that they start making this time period when they have the players, as you said, make it count, get over the line and win the All-Ireland. They need to start doing that.
And to follow on that point, time is running out. If they don't win the All-Ireland in the next 2 years, it's a massive failure for Cork. Like, the players they have, I can't fault the quality of the players. Like Libby Coppinger, I think, was in the form of her life last year. Fiona Keating's an excellent player. I think Amy O'Connor is one of the best forwards in the country. Like, they have excellent subs coming onto the field as well. I think Orla Callahan is one of the best up-and-coming players in the country as well. But if you're not going to win the All-Ireland in this space of time, what's the point? And that's the harsh reality for these Cork players. They have to go on and win the All-Ireland now. Because if they don't, it's going to be massive time wasted. And when you think about it, Kilkenny and Galway don't particularly win multiple All-Irelands in a row. Up until when Kilkenny and Galway started coming into the frame more, it was usually Wexford and Cork winning All-Irelands back to back to back. But no Galway and Kilkenny will come onto the fray. Cork just can't deal with them. And that's a sad reality, really. And it's going to be difficult for Matthew Toomey to go on and win the All-Ireland. But let's not forget, Kilkenny were not on colour in the league. Galway were not on colour in the league. Cork were on full colour in the league. And they still managed to mess up in the final. And not win it. That's a worrying sign. It's a worrying sign. It's a worrying trend.
Yeah, not for definite. And then Galway, like, what did they do better? Because obviously we did pick Cork to win this game, and Galway went and won it. You have to give them the credit for that. What about Galway impressed you in how they won this game?
Mainly the defence. Like, obviously we don't have the luxury of seeing Camogie live games. I only watched Galway in one game against Cork, and that was at the end of the league. And their defence, it was mostly just getting over the line, adrenaline to get them over the line for the league final that game. Because let's not forget, Tipperary lost to Kilkenny that last league game. And it was basically a lifeline for Galway to get into the league final. But Galway's defence today, Dervla Higgins, Emma Hillibert, Roisin Black at full back, outstanding. And Dervla Higgins was one of my player of the matches. Even Aoife Donoghue, who eventually got the award from RT, excellent defensively and attack-wise. Even Donoghue scored 2 points. And it was back to the basics where we know Aoife Donoghue. She scored 2 points in 5 games up until this final. But then she hits 2 points today. Big players. And maybe that's a lesson for Cork as well. Maybe not to peak too early in the early stages. Like, you see the likes of Fiona Keating, Chloe Sigurdsson, Amy O'Connor show their real form in them 5 games. And you look at Galway's form and you're thinking, okay, they're a bit average, aren't they? But then once it gets to the heat of battle in Croke Park, they perform well.
Take the cup, yeah. That's exactly it. And they did take the cup, and absolutely huge congratulations to them. Camogie League champions for 2023, retaining their Division 1 title. So that is the full recap, guys.